Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Emily and today I'm going to be doing my October wrap up. This month I've read 6 books, which is pretty on average for me. Beginning of the year I was reading quite a lot. I was like getting to 10 books a month. I don't even know how I was doing that because now I have no time to read. But I'm pretty happy that I got through 6 books. I'm still currently reading one, but I should probably be finished it by the time the month ends, which is tomorrow, but still. I read a pretty decent amount of like different genre of books and just different books in general. So I'm pretty happy with what I got through this month. Starting off, I read Defy the Night by Bridget Kemmerer, and this was pretty decent. It's not like revolutionary in terms of YA, but it was still like an actual decent story. We're following Tessa, who during the night is going around trying to heal people because they have this fever going around that needs to be like, you know, regularly medicated in order for people to survive. And so she's going around trying to save people by using like the ingredients more carefully, whereas the Crown is only using it very loosely, and not loosely but just manipulating people into thinking they're taking the medicine when they actually are not, and etc etc. And this is a whole bunch of different things that happen. So it's all in all very good. I gave it 3.5 stars. It wasn't like the best, as I said, but it was definitely up there. Next book I read, well, I'm currently still reading, This Is Not the Jess Show by Carey. I'm surprised at how much I love this. I love like the Truman Show kind of aspects in this story, and it is just so good to just kind of get out of your own reality, like escape into this story. And it's such a quick read. I only started it 2 days ago and pretty much just put the audiobook on and listened to it for in like an hour at a time, and it's so good. I am thoroughly surprised, especially when I bought this because of the title. So I just was like, you know what, let's buy a book just for the sake of the title because I love this title so much. But it's so good. I will probably be giving it either a 4 or 5 star. It depends on how this ends because I don't know what's going to happen in the last part. So this story follows Jess, who is living in the 90s, like 1996, I'm pretty sure, 1997. And pretty much she's, you know, living her life until her friend drops like a phone. Well, like we know it as an Apple phone, but she doesn't know what it is because it has the Apple logo on it, but it's not anything of this world. So she ends up going into a spiral on like what the hell is going on, and it's great. I loved it. I love it so much. Next, I have The City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. So this follows Clary, who is very sheltered for her life until she goes to a nightclub when she sees these guys trying to kill someone. And she's trying to stop it, and they're like, well, no, he's a demon. And she's like, well, I don't know what's going on. And pretty much she wasn't meant to see them, and turns out she was born as a shadow hunter. A lot of people have read the series, particularly when they were younger, but guess who only just read the first book this month? Me. So my husband has suggested I continue reading the series. I'm not 100% sure because I'm still like not over the whole Ron and Ginny fan fiction part of this story. So he says that it's got like a good story, but I'm still a bit irked by it, so I'm not 100% sure whether or not I'm going to enjoy the rest of the series, but we'll see. And I also gave this book either a 3 or a 3.5. It wasn't my cup of tea, but I think I'm also phasing out of reading YA because it's all starting to just be the same constantly throughout every single book I read. So next, I DNF'd Bridget Jones's Diary. So I got halfway through this book until like I realized like I was not paying attention to this story, and it was like there were aspects that were funny, and like I was like, oh, I want to read it, continue on to read the funniness of it, but it was still kind of a bit of a drag. I wasn't probably in the best mind state to when I was reading this because it just felt very like annoying and just very much just woman just constantly complaining about boys and men in general and everything, and it's just, yeah, it was a very, I think I would probably watch the movies again, like probably just watch them rather than reading the books, but maybe one day I might pick it up again, who knows. But I don't think I was in the right headspace for this book, and it was just a little too draggy for me, just the constant nagging of Bridget Jones's character and her constant complaining about different things, particularly men. Next book I read was After You by Jojo Moyes. So this one follows Louisa Clark after 18 months after Will passed away in the book before, and it's pretty much her life following, like dealing with grief as well as a lot of other things on top of it. I personally did not like one of the plot points in this, which I don't want to get into because it's very much a massive part of the story and it can be spoiler, so I don't really want to mention it. But I don't like those types of things when it comes to storylines in books. It also felt a bit unneeded. It felt like this was the one thing that was going to help Louisa move on past her trauma and grief of losing Will, but I didn't feel like that it was the most necessary. Anyway, that's my opinion on that. I think I gave it about a 3-star. It was not good in comparison to book 1. I'm currently reading book 3. It's a lot better at the moment than this one, but I've only gotten to about 30% of that one, so I don't really know. Last but not least, I also read The Heartstopper Yearbook by Alice Oseman. I recently read, I only read Heartstopper, I think at the beginning of this year, and I enjoyed it. I really loved it, and then the show, that was so cute and wholesome. I really enjoyed it, and when this was coming out, I thought, you know what, I will get it because I want to keep that little spark of happiness in my life, and so I read it, and just everything made me so happy. Like, even though, like, it's just like a mush up of like different things that aren't necessary to the main storyline, or even then it's just information about characters, as well as you can learn how to draw characters and just a lot of other different tidbits and like tips and tricks and information from Alice Oseman herself about the characters and where like Heartstopper started and what was her main goal with it and different things like that. So it's not like a necessary thing to read if you want to read the Heartstopper books. If you do enjoy it and you want to have something to last you over until the next book comes out, then I would suggest picking this up and learning different little bits about each of the characters that are mentioned throughout the Heartstopper series. Not the TV show, because the TV show has one different character which is not in the books, which is, what's his name? Because they replaced Aled with another character. I can't remember his name. I just know the actor's name is Toby, and I keep thinking that it's Toby, but it's okay. Anyway, but it was still good. I rated this 4 stars because it's like, obviously it's not like a story or anything, but it's just something that I needed. And there you have it. That was the books I read in October. I'm not sure how many books I'm going to read in November, but I'm definitely looking forward to reading different books. I'm already got Act Your Age Eve Brown as one of the books I'm going to be reading, as well as continuing on with the Tomorrow series, so reading the Ellie Chronicles, which is good to start it now, seeing as one of my most popular videos on my channel currently is my ranking and reviewing of the Tomorrow series, which I'm thoroughly surprised that is my most viewed video. I'm happy nonetheless to continue reading the series, and I'm very happy to also continue reading different books and finding other new books that I love and enjoy and all the rest. Anyway, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want more. And until next time, I'll see you then. Bye!